Hi, YouTube, how you doing? I'm just chiming in on the case of the century today and watching headline or HLN now that it's called Nancy Grace, the lawyer, and she's very biased. I think that what we have to concentrate on as Americans is you're not guilty until proven guilty. You're innocent until you're proven guilty. But the media's not doing that, so and I'm saying that you're not guilty, you're innocent until you're proven guilty. So they should report it as such. But they're not doing so. I'm not advocating either side. I'm coming right from the middle, as hopefully the jury is in this. Because if the jury did watch TV, boy, they would vote her, all of them would vote guilty. But watching the case, it's a total different story. You got Nancy Grace calling her top mom, making light of the whole situation with sarcasm. I don't understand how you could do that repeatedly. She doesn't even call her by her name, she just calls her top mom. Watch the opening clips, the clips that run in between her show, and they're totally explaining that she's guilty. Not anything in there. And I don't know if she is or not. I'm watching the trial. We'll find out what the jury decides, because that's the important factor here. Not what the media thinks and everything. Sure, she's a, that's proven she's a liar and everything else like that. But we have to watch out, because the justice system is going to make a precedence here. Okay, so now they're talking about on this show particular that I'm watching. They want to they were saying, well, it's too bad they didn't go after the insanity defense, because she's narcissistic, or she may even be sociopathic or a psychopath. But guess what? Those are not insanity defenses, because they are not Axis 1 disorders. They're Axis 2 personality disorders. Those lawyers know that. They just want ratings on these shows. She's got 3 lawyers on the show with her, and they're saying that, oh, she's got a personality disorder. They're not even mentioning that. They're saying, though, that she is narcissistic, which is an Axis 2 disorder. It's not an Axis 1 mental disorder. It's a personality trait. Of course, personality disorder. Something like that. And that's Sammy. So anyway, that out of the way, now you look at the evidence. All they've shown is she's a partier and a liar, and everything else is absolutely circumstantial. So the jury's job at this point is to look at all this evidence, and if they pull it all together, can they absolutely be sure that she is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt? That's the thing that they're not really stressing in the media. Beyond a reasonable doubt. In my knowledge of the case, there's reasonable doubts all over the place, even though I think she did it, because it looks like she did. But even though I think she did it because it looks like she did, is not beyond a reasonable doubt. And that's the important thing that they have to establish, and they already will not be able to establish that, because the prosecution is already rested. The defense is going along and just basically trying to show that all the forensic evidence is hit or miss at best, which it really is hit or miss at best. They've got one hair. It's the only solid piece of evidence they have that can be tested, and it didn't even really show any results that are conclusive. So that, and all the other circumstantial evidence in and of itself, we'll see what comes up later in the trial. But so far, if I was on the jury, not being prejudiced by the media, then I don't have enough for the big time charge, maybe a lesser charge, and we'll see what happens. I thought this was important to talk about, because it really is dealing with the justice system, and it will make precedence if she can be found guilty of this crime with no real physical evidence that ties anything 100% to her in the involvement of this poor baby's death. And we shall see what happens, but the media is really trying to make everybody watching it stupid with this. There's a local station in Orlando that's covering it where I can kind of say to you that they're being unbiased with it. It's WESH TV in Orlando. They're doing a fair coverage of it. And, you know, even their fair coverage, it lets you know what happened in court. They don't seem to be biased. They're giving the real answers. They're not making funny nicknames for anybody or any of that nonsense. So you might check it out. They got a YouTube channel. WESH TV is their YouTube channel. And they stream the video daily live. And then during the breaks, they give a summary of what happened. Not during every sidebar like In Session does or Headline News does, but during long breaks, like say for lunch and that sort of thing. Alright, we'll see what happens, and that's about it. I'll leave you with Sammy trying to dig a ball out of the chair here.